Good afternoon from Los Angeles, California. I'm Dr. Ryan Ava. What we are witnessing now in Iran is a moment that the younger generation, including teenagers and people in their early 20s, pouring out to the streets of the country and decisively raising their voice and shouting out death to the dictator. A few days ago, as I was covering the news in Iran, I referred to the recent events in the country as a possible tipping point. Today, I can tell you with a great degree of certainty that we are at that tipping point. As the brave Iranian people march on the streets demanding the end of the Islamic Republic regime. As some of you may recall, in 2009 Iranian elections, when the regime fraudulently elected Mahmoud Ahmadinejad as the president of the country, Iranian people began a movement which later was named as the Green Movement. It remained as a movement because people were asking the government to give them their votes back, as they had hoped for a more moderate reforms within the system. Today, people of Iran have woken up and realized that a dictatorship is a dictatorship. There is no reformist within the regime, and they were just wolves dressed in disguise as sheep. Therefore, and rightly so, they gave up on the possibility of reform and now demand a regime change. It took nearly 14 years and the help of two younger generations, individuals who were merely teenagers back then and the ones that were just born or only a few years old. Today, what we witness in Iranian high schools for girls, as boys and girls are segregated in Iran, is that they removed their hijabs, they brought down the pictures of the barbaric Islamic supreme leaders' picture, burned them, and wrote this slogan, "Woman, Life, Freedom," on papers, and used the exact same frame to picture frames and put it right back on the wall.
رقصیدن برای ترسیدن به وقت بوسیدن برای خواهرم خواهرت خواهرامون برای تغییر مغزها که پوسیدن برای شرمندگی برای بیپولی برای حسرت یک زندگی معمولی برای کودک زباله‌گرد و آرزوهاش برای این اقتصاد دستوری برای
من نمیخوام عکس این قاتل تو کتابم باشه.
امروز 11 مهر سوزوندن عکسای خامنه ای. نکن من ایدیت میزنم بعد اینا. وایسا آتیش بگیره. بگیر از دور بگیر. بالا بنداز زمین بنداز زمین برو بس نکن.
درو ببند.
Now we are seeing the leaders of the West to have finally woken up and realized that this regime doesn't understand diplomacy, doesn't understand right from wrong. Following the Iranian regime's supreme leader's Khamenei's speech where he, as usual, blamed the West for the massive protests in Iran, the British foreign minister called up the Iranian ambassador in London and finally told him blatantly to stop blaming the West and take responsibility for your actions. Although the Biden administration was the very first one to announce sanctions on the Iranian regime and individual leaders responsible for the crackdown, many, including yours truly, criticized him for his lack of more robust actions. However, earlier today, Canada joined in and reportedly sanctioned 34 to 35 Iranian leaders. Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and the Czech Republic announced proposals to further sanctions on Iranians and their proposals to the European Union, actually, which will be voted on October 17, 2022. We are seeing the world paying finally attention. President Biden released the following statement: I remain gravely concerned about the reports of the intensifying violent crackdown on peaceful protesters in Iran, including students and women, who are demanding their equal rights and basic human dignity. They are calling for just and universal principles which underpin the UN Charter and Universal Declaration of Human Rights. For decades, Iranian regime has denied fundamental freedoms to its people and suppressed the aspirations of successive generations through intimidation, coercion, and violence. The United States stands with the Iranian woman and all the citizens of Iran who are inspiring the world with their bravery. The United States is making it easier for Iranians to access the internet, including through facilitating greater access to secure outside platforms and services. The United States is also holding accountable Iranian officials and entities such as the morality police that are responsible for employing violence to suppress civil society. This week, the United States will be imposing further costs on the perpetrators of violence against peaceful protesters. We will continue holding Iranian officials accountable and supporting the rights of Iranians to protest freely. To support my work, please click the subscribe, the like button, and the notification bell so you wouldn't miss any of my new videos.